thanks to these fine folks, Dexter, his brother Jacob, and Laurel, who you know works at Ready, we got the wall placed. This is a steel tube wall we had cut at Westside, and then I had welded by Brandon, our intern at Ready. He actually did welding, production welding, so that's pretty cool. Helped me out. And tomorrow morning, I'm hoping to anchor this thing into the wall. Have a good night, guys. Are you ready for a donut break?
Oh, I'll take a donut break.
All right. Ooh. Oop, I get the gummy. Good morning. Paul and I are at it this morning, this fine morning. That's gonna get over 90 degrees today. Whew. But so far it's not 90, so that's good. We just got the wall placed. This is the heavy one, 1/4 inch wall tube. Almost 4 feet apart on the spacing, about 44 inches, something like that. The other one was easy. That was placed last night. We didn't have to cut anything to adjust, but it's looking good. Hopefully our heights work out here. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. So this is a 2-part epoxy concrete adhesive anchor. It's basically concrete epoxy. And this is a little mixing thing that it forces the 2 different chemicals to mix together as it goes through here before it gets to the tip. So you'll get to see it here. It's mostly white, but then there's a tiny black strip that comes in too. And it's not mixing yet. It's supposed to be gray when it comes out.
It's gray.
It's supposed to be gray. Okay. Well, that didn't go as good as we wanted it to. But the anchors are in. I'm thinking the anchors can hold even without the epoxy. I just want to make sure that they don't pull out. So that's why we did that. That stuff should set up fast. Getting the scaffolding placed here evenly in the pit. And now we're putting these guys in. What do you call these, screw jacks? Something like that. Home Depot got an 8-pack for like 160 bucks. Great deal. Best deal I found. Now that we've got these beams up, it is time to take our makeshift ladder down. Kind of sad, it was kind of my tree fort ladder. I'm not sad. It's time to come down, it's time to get the light. It's time to get the LiteDeck placed.
Epic.
Prepare for an epic situation. We've got our LiteDeck here from Light Forms. Watch that video if you haven't seen it of me touring the factory down in South Sioux City, Nebraska, I think it's called. And this is what we're gonna pour the concrete on. Can you believe that? We're gonna pour concrete on top of foam. We're gonna walk on top of foam. And this is how you do it. This is a great way to do it. There's insulation underneath. You can see that there's actually steel channels here. One on each side, and then there's this big pocket. And the concrete will pour down in this big pocket, and this will act as my beam to make this really structural, rigid, not gonna fail, not gonna fall in, which is important. So Paul's gonna help me place a few pieces here before we're done for the day. And this is cut to length. Even better, right? No more cutting, let's just put this down. As long as I measured right, and they cut right.
Where am I going?
Whoa. Sorry guys, dropped you there. It's so light that I dropped you. So light. That's why it's called LiteDeck. All right, we're back at it here. Got all the long sections put in place here. And now we got a notch. And so that's what I'm working on right now. Nothing like a dull blade. I gotta get that changed. Get in there. Well, it's in, but it ain't pretty. We are making great progress on this bunker on this long weekend we got here. And I'd like to show you some progress before cutting my opening in this wall, which I rented this cut and break saw from Husqvarna. I've never used one before, but the process and the method looks pretty sweet. And I'm gonna show you that in just a sec. So I haven't videoed a lot in here because there's just a lot of details that happen in here, and I didn't want to bore you with those, but I will explain them. So we got the beams up here, got them all set. There's a lot of measuring. I used a laser that shot across, and I figured out where I needed to be at 4 feet, 8 foot, and 12 foot so that I get some sloping away from the house. Then I also screwed every stud that's running in these LiteDeck panels into my beams. There's some other finishing details I did in here, just such as I had to add some height up here. Just added a 1/4 inch strip because I was a little off. This was my highest side, and since I made the whole wall the same height, I had to add 1.5 inches over here. So for 12 feet, I'm dropping 1.5 inches or gaining 1.5 inches on this side. It's just so that it slopes and the water runs off this way. All right, back to this side. This is my hallway. As you can see, I made it a little wider than normal. Made it about 5 feet, maybe it turned into closer to 4. But it's plenty wide so you can walk past each other and not feel like you have to turn sideways. Or if I wanted to haul some big things in, I could do that. But I need to get a hole in here. This is the edge of our wall on the inside of the house next to the utility room. And I measured over. Hopefully I measured correctly so that I get this through the right spot. But this laser here is going to be really helpful for me to get a straight line and to locate where this is supposed to go. We'll see how many cuts it takes to get this out. I'm hoping to get it out in 2 chunks. Don't know if that's realistic. Certainly don't want to damage anything, including my health. I got the gas one. I should have gotten the electric because the electric one will cut flush on the bottom and it won't gas you out. So I'm going to make sure I have enough panels out to the top. Probably remove one more. And then also have a fan running to try to circulate the air. Now, if that ain't cheating, I don't know what is. This is amazing. I just did this other line over here, and it was so easy to follow the line and make sure it's right on. This is neat. This is a really neat tool. Well, I got one side cut, the first depth, and now you use this tool to pop those pieces out. That's why this is called a cut and break. This is called a cut and break, and let's see how this goes. It worked. Got all the pieces out on this first cut. Laying down there. Round two. Let's see how good this one breaks out. I made a few cuts. I was getting gassed out, rain was coming, I had to work on waterproofing up there. So I ended up punting till the next day, which it is tonight, and I opted to get an electric saw, which will allow me to cut flat against the ground. If you notice, this thing is really flat right here with the blade. And so I'll be able to lay that thing right on the ground and cut flush with the ground, which the other one couldn't do. And it's electric, so I won't need to get gassed out and have so much ventilation. As you can see, I closed it up a lot more. Only got the one panel left, just for exit and entrance. But I'm feeling pretty confident about this. They say this doesn't have as much power, so I'll see if I'm not gonna enjoy that part, but hey, at least I don't have to worry about my health. Carbon monoxide and other things, like the oil exhaust burning my eyes. So let's get after it. I don't know if the other one wasn't running right or what, but this thing's got plenty of power. There we go. So again, this is called a cut and break saw. You cut up both sides and it leaves this slot, and then you chip this out with that tool and it takes out little pieces like this all the way in. And it can go up to 16 inches deep. I only need to go 8. So this is great. Good grief, I got a new problem. This built-in GFI keeps tripping, which I can fix that by pushing this button, but then the house GFI trips. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna get nowhere. I've hardly made one cut, but I got an idea. So this Ford truck that I got has got a built-in 7.2 kilowatt generator on it, and I've never really used it besides to run a little fan when we were camping. This is gonna be a great test. Let's see if this Ford truck can power that saw and quit tripping the ground fault interrupter, whatever it's called, GFI. I think I'm gonna go with that one. Let's go try it out. Red light's good. Oh, come on. Well, I don't know what to do. This is not an epic end. I did not get it fixed. I took it apart, blew it out, even took a heat gun and blew into it, hooked it up at the shop. I couldn't get it to work. The light just flashes and it trips the GFCI. I gotta take it back to the rental place and see what's going on. See if they can all of a sudden get it to work or get a different saw. This is day 2, night 2 of trying to cut this opening in, and I keep having saw problems. Man, this is frustrating. We'll see you in a sec. Day 3 of my attempted concrete cutting project. And I'm hoping third try's the charm. I took this thing back and of course we plug it in and it works. Of course. Anyway, got a different extension cord. I'm gonna use a different one from the shop. And I got it plugged into the truck right away. Let's see if this thing will work. You don't want to know what we had to do to get this thing to work. Let's just say it got rid of all the safeties. Thanks to my dad for helping, as usual. Work is getting done without me. Let's go see what they're doing.
Daddy.
My family's helping. So they're putting these top hats on, which is raising our LiteDeck from 6 inches up another 2 inches to 8 inches. And they're doing a great job helping me out. Putting 2 more inches on, getting that glued down so we can be ready to pour the channels and make this thing structural. This is amazing. My family chipped in, got up here, glued the panels down, and now we've got 8-inch pockets. And it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's perfect if you know what I mean. And I think it's gonna be great. And it's gonna be ready for putting rebar in the pockets and then pouring that concrete later this week. Yep. Oh. I punted. We had 15 hours into cutting that wall. So we hired precision concrete cutters to finish it. Thankfully they could slip me in a day because we got concrete coming.
All right, Jack.
Check that thing out. You want the saw? It's like something out of Chainsaw Massacre. So the rest of the gang up here is getting everything ready for the pour. We've got rebar going in. We opted for the fiberglass rod. This is called a light rod from Liteform, and it's like 2 times stronger than the steel rebar. So I'm pretty excited about that, to have the extra tensile strength in the beam pockets here. We're close. The truck's gonna be here in about an hour, and we're just buttoning things up. So that chainsaw is chucking stuff everywhere. Madeline, I hope you don't mind. You're gonna have to do some cleaning. It's another pour time. We've got Coast Concrete here, Bob's pumping truck, and we are about to pour the deck of the patio. Some of it out. Yeah, 5 yards. I only need 4. Are you gonna be running the pumper truck today? Wow. Today for our pumper truck operator, we've got, what's your name? Walter. It's Walter! He's new on the job, so give him a little slack. It might be a little rough at times, but he should do a great job. All right, what do those buttons do?
That makes it go up.
Oh, wow.
And then you go like this. It makes it go down. Whereas you put it, it'll go that way.
Oh.
You go it this way, it'll go that way.
See? Good enough. That's all you need to know. For today's pour, we've got Paul, Marvin, myself, and someone else who doesn't really care to be on camera. So enjoy the pour, guys. It's gonna be hopefully good. It should be all right. We just got to get it level, fill the beams. Those are gonna be our structural elements of this deck to keep it from, you know, falling in, which would be great. Justin did a great job. Don't you guys think? Got him paid, and we're so thankful for Bob's Concrete Pumping for coming in right at the right time every time and helping me coordinate the concrete trucks. Let's go see the finished job in the back. Looking good. We got a deck, at least when it cures. We're just doing some finishing touches, some final passes. I'd say this was successful. Went good. Not too many hiccups, not too many concerns. We had a few things in the beginning that took a while to get going, so I'm glad the concrete truck was late. Otherwise, they would have been waiting. But got her done. But hey, thanks for watching. God bless. Make sure you keep up on all this content. Trying to release it every Tuesday until I'm done. But we also got a farm show coming up, and we got some other things going on. You'll get to see that on video too. Hey, we appreciate you. And remember, we're here to help you keep on farming. If you're a farmer, if you're not a farmer, say thank you to a farmer. Support them if you can. They're working hard every day, trying to help feed the world. All right, God bless.